How do you make decisions? Do you follow a logical sequence, or do you depend on your gut instincts? Today we're going to delve into a concept that encapsulates the idea of logical decision-making: decision trees. Imagine a typical weekend night. You're trying to decide what movie to watch. Your decision-making process might look something like this. First, you ask yourself a general question. Are you in the mood for an action movie or a comedy? This is the starting point of your decision-making process, or in decision tree terms, the root. Once you've made that initial choice, you follow a path that represents more specific decisions. If you chose action, your next decision might be whether you want a superhero movie or a spy thriller. Each of these choices represents a branch in your decision tree. As you make more decisions, you eventually reach the final choices or outcomes. If you went the superhero route, you might end up watching Spider-Man, or if you chose a spy thriller, you could be settling in for Mission Impossible. These final choices are the leaves of your decision tree. Now let's translate this to the world of data science. The root node in a decision tree represents the starting point where you make the first decision based on a feature in your dataset. The internal nodes or branches represent decisions or tests based on the values of features. Each internal node can lead to more nodes or leaves. Finally, the leaves of a decision tree represent the final outcomes or predictions. In a decision tree for a predictive model, these might be the classes or values you're trying to predict. Consider this scenario. You're trying to predict whether you'll play football outside. The features might be the weather, temperature, and wind. The root node of your decision tree might be the weather. The branches could be whether it's sunny, cloudy, or rainy. From there, you'd make further decisions about the temperature or the wind strength. The leaves of your decision tree would be the final outcomes of play or don't play. So think of a decision tree as a flowchart for decision making. Each decision or node leads to more decisions or a final outcome. In data science, decision trees are invaluable tools used for tasks like classification and regression, where predictions are made based on input features. To recap, decision trees start with a root node, follow through branches based on decisions, and end with leaves representing the outcomes. They're the epitome of logical decision-making, serving as a useful tool in various realms, particularly data science. So the next time you're making a decision, think about how a decision tree might make that process clearer and more systematic.